let's go ahead and dive into Transformers Headmasters, issue number 4, the finale. When we open up the book, we get a familiar scene with the Decepticons destroying another beautiful place on Nebula while fighting the Autobots. The Decepticons have a distinct advantage, and it's time for the Autobots to retreat. Zarak broadcasts his propaganda to the rest of Nebula. Back at the Autobot camp, they are getting word of the Decepticons' victory that day, and here we get our first introduction to the Target Masters. You see, much in the same way that the Nebulans use their technology to combine some of them with the heads of some Autobots, other Nebulans have now been combined with the weapons of others. Meanwhile, Hot Rod, working on communications, has come across a transmission from some other Autobots on another planet. And it's here where we find our original Target Masters and their Autobot bodies locked away. And that's when they get a notification that the Autobots are at this place called the nursery. And of course, if the Decepticons know the Autobots are at the nursery, the Decepticons are going to the nursery. But that's not the only surprise on this day. The Decepticons are in for a surprise too, as these new Target Masters give our remaining Autobots extra firepower. But as the fight intensifies, the Autobots know that the real losers of this battle are the Nebulan civilians that are in the crossfire, and the only way to ensure their safety is to leave the fight, and that's what they do. But here's where we get a turn. Lord Zarak is now seeing what his ambition is doing to the planet of Nebulus, and he does a full 180, knowing now that Galen was right. So he frees the Autobot Headmasters, and once again, we get a full firefight between the Autobots and Decepticons. And again, the real victims are Nebulan people and property. But even with the best intentions, Zarak's connection to Scorponok leads him back to the fight. And Fortress Maximus decides that there's only one way to truly end this fight on Nebulus. They decide that it's time to leave Nebulus, because that's the only way that the fighting will stop on this planet. So the Autobots prepare to leave and go to this other planet where Autobots are taking refuge, this planet called Earth. So the Autobots take off to their ship they left floating in orbit when they first got to Nebulus, and the Decepticons are not far behind them. If nothing else, at least leaving Nebulus peaceful and able to rebuild. And if we want to keep up with the Headmaster story, it's going to blend in with Transformers proper in issue number 38. And that was Transformers Headmasters issue number 4, the finale, and it was quite the detour. Since it's sandwiched in between issues number 37 and 38, that's what we'll check out next.